Hello everyone, it's been a while. Welcome to Vakrokti. This is where we pull back the curtain and really dig into how movies mess with your head. In a good way. Today we are tackling Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. We are getting into the guts of it, seeing how it's built to make you see and more importantly feel exactly what the director wants. Here's the thing, with a story like Frankenstein, you already know the plot, right? So asking what does it all mean is kind of boring. We are asking a much more important question. How does this thing actually work? Here's the game plan. We will start with the bones of the story, the plot structure itself. Then the visual blueprint, the director's secret code. After that, how the film controls the clock. Then sound and silence. And finally, the director's big ask. What he demands from you, the audience. Let's do this. The movie kicks off on a ship in the Arctic. Victor Frankenstein is on his deathbed. Then, bam, we are thrown back 60 years into the past, to the Crimean War. Why start at the end? Because it completely changes the question you are asking. It's not what's going to happen anymore. You already know it's a disaster. The real question becomes, how did it get so spectacularly wrong? From that moment on, every victory for Victor feels doomed. Now here's where it gets interesting. Think about a standard blockbuster, a Marvel movie. Clean cause and effect. A causes B, B causes C, super straightforward. Del Toro's Frankenstein, it's messy, psychological. Victor doesn't create the monster because of one single event. It's this ugly cocktail, past trauma, massive ego, pressure from his dying financier. It's a web of motivation. The movie doesn't hand you a simple timeline. It hands you a tangled mess and says, here, you figure it out. That discomfort you feel trying to connect the dots, that's intentional. The film wants you working, thinking, uncomfortable. Now let's talk visuals. We are diving into subconscious territory, the secret language of color and texture that speaks directly to your brain, whether you realize it or not. Look closely. 3 colors dominate this film. Red, which is the usual blood, passion, danger. It floods Victor's nightmares. Drips from operating tables, saturates Harlander's mansion. Gold. This is corruption. Always in the laboratory, in those preservation vats, in Harlander's wealth. And then we have blue, signifying death, coldness, the Arctic isolation, the emotional detachment. This isn't random set design, it's a color score, like a musical theme. Every time gold appears, a little alarm goes off in your brain. Something bad is about to happen. It's an emotional shortcut you are not even aware of. Watch when Victor first enters Harlander's estate. It's drowning in red velvet and gold fixtures. Before anyone even speaks, your brain registers danger plus corruption. The colors tell you this place is toxic before the plot does. Now check out this visual trick, the clash between real and fake. The creature feels present, tactile, real, because it's actual prosthetics. 10 hours in the makeup chair every single day of filming. Jacob Elordi couldn't even take a bathroom break. That's the level of commitment to keep this thing physically real. You can see the skin move, the texture of the stitches, the slight imperfections. But those wolves, they look like bad PlayStation 3 graphics. Is that a sloppy mistake or the entire point? The film is screaming that the creature is the only authentic thing in Victor's world of artificial nonsense. And you don't just see it, you feel it. Your brain is being played like an instrument and you don't even know it. Actually, think about the last movie you watched. Did you notice its color palette, the texture of the props? Probably not, right? That's exactly the point. The stuff works on you subconsciously. Next up, rhythm and pacing. This is where the film makes a huge statement. Look at these numbers. Your typical action movie cuts every 2-3 seconds. Cut, 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 adrenaline pumping. This film shots last 8, 10, sometimes 12 seconds. It just sits there. That does something powerful. It forces you to actually look, to take in the frame, the details in the set, the flicker in an actor's eyes. You can't coast on the editing. You have to engage your brain. This is not something that you can play in background while you are working at something else. The perfect example, the creation scene. 12 minutes long, an absolute masterclass in controlling what you see and when. It pulls back, wide shot, you take in the whole lab, then pushes in medium shots on the strange equipment, gets tighter close-up of Victor's frantic hands, puts you inside, POV through the creature's eye for the first time, shows you the horror Victor's face as he realizes what he's done. You are not just watching the birth, you are enduring it, you are part of it. But then, weird choice, the movie flips the script entirely. The creature learns everything, how to talk, read, feel, all in a rushed 15 minutes montage. That's the emotional heart of the story and it flies by. People watch that and think, wait, that felt way too fast. But what if that's the point? What if the structure is making you feel exactly what the creature feels? His education was rushed and neglected. The filmmaking itself makes you experience Victor's abandonment. Form mirrors content. Brilliant. Now let's talk about what you hear, and more importantly, what you don't. One of the tensest scenes in the movie, the creature's first meeting with Elizabeth. In any other film, this would be blasting with scary music. Here, Del Toro rips it all away. All you get is near silence, wind, breathing, the rustle of clothes. You know the drill in most horror movies. High-pitched violence equals be scared. Sad piano equals be sad. The music tells you exactly how to feel. Del Toro takes away those training wheels. He says, nope, you are on your own. Figure this out yourself. Without a score, you have to decide, is this creature a monster or a lost child? The film won't give you the answer. In the lab scenes, it's the opposite. Overwhelming noise. Clocks ticking, steam hissing, electricity crackling, metal grinding. Even during conversations, the machinery never shuts up. No real lab would be this loud. This is a choice. The noise makes creation feel industrial, wrong, like a factory instead of something natural. Two strategies. Silence makes you work to interpret. Noise makes you feel overwhelmed and uneasy. The acting itself asks more of you too. Oscar Isaac as Victor, he's theatrical, not subtle. Rockstar genius one moment, complete madman the next. Big readable emotional states. It's almost like watching theater. Then there's the creature, buried under prosthetics. Jacob Elordi can't give you a subtle eye twitch. He has to communicate everything with his entire body. So you can't be lazy. You have to read his posture, the way he walks, how he tilts his head. It demands a whole different level of attention. And Christoph Waltz, he's doing his Christoph Waltz thing. If you have seen Inglourious Bastards, You know exactly what I mean. Charming menace. All of this signals this is serious drama, not popcorn horror. It's asking you to think. Quick question before we keep going. Are you someone who watches movies multiple times, or are you one and done? Because this film demands a rewatch. Once you know how it ends, going back through it hits completely different. Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's talk about what all of this builds towards. So let's put it all together. The weird structure, the color coding, the slow pacing, the silence. What does this all add up to? It builds to one final demand of you, the ending. Victor apologizes. The creature forgives him. Then the creature turns and walks into blinding white light. Roll credits. Done. Is he dead? Ascending to another plane? Just heading north into a new life? A normal movie would give you a title card. The creature was never seen again. Or Victor's research was destroyed. Everything explained, wrapped up with a bow. This film just stops. It hands you the ending and says, you finish it, you decide what it means. This movie is basically a mashup of three completely different kind of films. It's got the straightforward storytelling of classic Hollywood, the deep psychological stuff and slow pace of an art house film, the massive scale and eye-popping color of a modern blockbuster. This weird, beautiful hybrid forces you, the viewer, to do the heavy lifting, untangle the messy why, supply your own emotions without musical cues, navigate confusing, incomplete spaces, decide who the real monster is, construct what the ending means. Every single choice is designed to turn you from someone passively watching into an active partner in telling the story. And here's where it all clicks into place. The whole point of the story, the theme, is about doing the hard work of looking past the surface to truly understand someone. And the movie structure, the way it's actually built, forces you to do that exact same thing. It doesn't just preach at you to look closer. Its very DNA makes it impossible for you to do anything else. That's the question it leaves you with. It's not just about Victor and his creation anymore. It's about us. Is the real monster the one with the stitches and scars? Or is it anyone who refuses to do the work, the hard, necessary work of really, truly seeing someone else? So there you have it. Movies aren't just stories. They are machines designed to rewire how you think and feel. And now, you will never be able to unsee it. Once you see how the machine works, you can't go back. And honestly, that's a good thing. Thanks for hanging out with me at Vakrokti. If this breakdown changed how you see movies, do me a favor and hit that like button. And definitely drop a comment. What movie should we tear apart next? Until then, keep watching closely